Hello guys, this is George Grant again, back after the long pause. And my previous channel, Caucasus Club, which was dedicated to MGTOW principles, has been deleted by YouTube, so I wasn't able to access it. So I just opened the new one, Caucasus Club MGTOW, and I really need to share with you some new, very cool insights, which I believe will help a lot of MGTOW guys, especially young ones, to break through some obstacles and some roadblocks on your life and establish yourself as a powerful MGTOW man. So please, let's dive in. And today we are going to talk about how the MGTOW man can establish his uniqueness in life and do things his own way. So as you know, MGTOW means you as a man are going your own way. So what does that mean? Okay, can you still listen to others, or can you follow someone, or do you need to just seclude yourself and become unreachable by people? What is this your way all about? So firstly, let's look at today's world. If there was one main thing to be said about it, I would say it is kind of meaningless. Maybe I would add one more: it's unpredictable. This means you can't make sense of the external world. It isn't subject to any logic or order. So better stop doing that. And better ask yourself, what can or should MGTOW man do in such world? Well, for one, you already have a precious asset, the fact of being born a man. If you realized your masculinity, you would be able to solve many problems at once. Masculinity has several layers of armor, which is impenetrable for any external force. One of such armor layers is the ability to not give a fuck. Contemporary men have become too sensitive, too touchy-feely. They became depleted of testosterone, depleted of confidence. They watch too much news and spend too much time on social media debates. This is not a quality of masculine men. For starter, you need to learn to disconnect yourself, to stop thinking, conceptualizing, philosophizing. You can't afford such a childish luxury when your manhood, your masculinity is being compromised. You need to turn into a dead rock for some time, or into an abandoned ancient temple bell. You have been walking in the blinding neon light of the modern society too long. Now you need to enter the darkness of the cave and stay there for a while. This is for your cleansing. You need to go through that. Wash away all your former beliefs, aspirations, concepts. Learn to become a dark night sky, or dark as an ash of the burned bonfire. From that prehistoric darkness of an ancient cave, you will emerge as a tiny shimmering light of your personal manliness, your wildness, your uniqueness. And you will like it. You will revel in this uniqueness of a lone caveman. It will be your reincarnation into this life. You will come back into it as a new man, which in fact is a discovery of your old but hidden genuine man. One of the powerful and important qualities of genuine manly MGTOW is the ability to disengage from thinking, from inner dialogues. So go there, back into deep, where your true untouched core of manliness lies. There, in that cleansing darkness, you will find peace and absence of any worries. You will find a tremendous self-confidence there. Then you come out of this dark cave to the light of the day which awaits you with all its cheerful jollies and magical revelations. This world doesn't make any sense, and it is very lucky indeed. It would be much more difficult if there was any logical sense in this world, but since it is meaningless and comes as is, you must learn to live in it like a child, discovering new amazing miracles all the time, and as an adult as well, knowing yourself and your abilities. Why would you live this life unless you enjoy every moment of it? Your mind is too polluted with the noise of information, invading you from all over the place. But when you cut it off, you remain in your natural isness. There are a few theories in quantum physics emerging nowadays which suggest that this universe could be identical to a digital simulation program which writes itself along the way as you go. If this theory is true, that means that there is literally nothing and no one beyond what you observe and perceive. Let this thought sink a bit. I know it is quite shocking. But if it is true and there is really nothing behind your door and it only appears when you open it and step outside, that would mean that you shouldn't worry about things that are allegedly happening in the world because there might be no fucking world out there. Funny thing is that you can't really verify if there is a real world beyond your scope of perception. So, live this life here and now, adjusting yourself as you go, discovering new and predictable events around the corners. All pain comes from the vain expectations. Your mind draws a picture of expected events and then gets frustrated when they don't match the expectation, which is more often than not the case. Your masculinity is simply being able to live here and now and be creative enough. And creativity is a masculine quality. Be creative enough to write your life on a blank canvas as you go to compose your own symphony. This is what makes you truly independent in your mind and body. So stop worrying about many things. Whatever information comes to you through digital carriers like social media or TV is complete bullshit and fabrication in most cases. These things are not really happening unless they are happening in front of your eyes. Stop wasting time on that. Build your personal life here and now. Be focused on very few things and do them properly. Be sensitive to the winds of change, and you will feel them internally. Learn to listen to the symphony of this life and act accordingly. Then it will settle in your own order, the order which is related to you and the order which fits you and your goals. Become a scientist or a detective or an artist and writer at the same time. Your mind belongs to you, not to anyone else. No one can control it but you. True man is the one who is in control of his own mind and does things according to his own assurance. Becoming a true masculine MGTOW, you will gradually and speedily solve many problems that have been accumulating so far. You will finally be able to do things your way. You will look at this world with a smile. Not sarcastic smile, but pleasant, amicable, content smile pertinent to a self-confident and virtuous man. And the world will smile back at you the same way. It will become your mirror, into which you will look every morning to find growing assurance and satisfaction from living this amazing life. That's all what I wanted to share with you today. Thanks for your time. Stay strong, and I see you in our next video.